Yes, indeed, we are live. It's nice to be live. I don't know whether anyone can hear me and whether anyone is present. If you are present and you can hear me, let me know so that I know that I'm not by myself. Who is here with me tonight? Thank you, thank you. I can see a few people are there, maybe on Facebook. Whichever place you're joining from, kindly let me know so that I can know we are together. Welcome so much to this live webinar. Oh, thank you, Miriam Kimani. I can see you there. Thank you for making it right on time. I can also see some people on Facebook that are live. Welcome so much to this evening webinar. And it's a good time for us to just let each other know where we are joining from. Kindly let me know. I'd like to see your comment. If any of you can hear me, please confirm for me that you can hear and you can also see my screen. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I can see a few people joining in, but I can't hear you. Kindly type out on the chat or put in a comment and say whether you can hear and you can see my screen and you can hear me as we start this evening's meeting. Awesome. Thank you, Miriam, for clarifying that you can hear me clear and loud. Awesome. So then without much further ado, tonight we have quite a bit to cover. So I just want to go straight ahead and start today's meeting. And I'm really very grateful that you could manage to come here so that we can talk about your personal finance journey. And we are here to discover our potential and to be able to live it out. Those of you who are present yesterday, we did have quite a discussion on money-making skills, and we did agree that indeed there is quite a bit for us to put and to do so that we can become even much better with our money relationships. And tonight, we are here to unleash this specific skill that we had talked about that we needed to get. I remember our guest yesterday told us about 3 skills that we needed to acquire. And one of the skills that we needed to acquire for us to have better money relationships and to come to a place of financial liberty was to gain knowledge on personal finance. And personal finance is really very important for us to come to that place of financial liberty. I will begin by repeating the financial liberty definition. Just give me a second. I seem to be hearing some feedback. Okay, I think we are good now. So we are saying that the definition of financial liberty that we want to look at is that we wish to come to a place where our money issues have been taken care of, and that when we wake up to work, we are not working because we need to pay bills, but we are working because we love what it is we are doing. So indeed, this we are calling the personal finance blueprint. And it is my desire and my hope that each one of us can come to a place of being able to be financially free. And I want to ask us, those who are present, I can see we are quite a number. How many people would like to have at least 5 streams of income? How many people would like to know how to have at least 5 streams of income? Yesterday, we did mention that we need at least 7. It is recommended that you need to have at least 7. But tonight, how many people are here and they would like to make 5 streams of income? At least 5 streams of income. Just share with me on the comment so that I can see. Do we have anybody interested in having 5 streams of income tonight? Thank you. Thank you. Yes, I can see somebody there saying, yes, I want to have. Awesome. And I also want to find out, today is the 2nd day of June. We are into the halfway, the midway of 2022, the month of the mid-year. So how many people would like to have this as their best financial year? This as your best year, irrespective of where you are right now. Yes, we are right in the middle of the month, of the year. That is in June. How many people would like to make this year, 2022, their best financial year so far? Let me see your comment again. I want to see who would like to make this year their best year. It may not have been so good so far. Maybe it's not the kind you would like as it is right now. But nevertheless, you are saying, I would like to make this year the best year. Do I have such kind of a person that you want this year to be your best financial year? Either way, irrespective of where it is right now. Okay, I can see your communications. I can see your comments right there. Yes, indeed, I can see Faith is saying yes. There's somebody in Facebook. I can't see your name. I can see 3 people saying yes. Awesome, awesome. Then you are in the right place because that's what we are discussing tonight, how to make those 5 streams of income. And yesterday we did mention that indeed in our blueprint, the financial blueprint that we are revealing to you today, we indeed have packaged for you 8 different packages that will unleash for you how to create in 8 different places, how to create a stream of income in each of those 8. And you may be asking me, why is this different? You know, we've been hearing about financial causes and we have seen them many times. Many people have taught us about financial management. Why is this one different? And I did mention to you that 17 years ago, I found myself making quite a bit of money. Yesterday, I told you exactly what I did with that money. It was actually 1,000,000 shillings. My first 1,000,000 shillings that I made then. And I did not know how to use it very well. So I ended up, I did quite a number of good things, but I can't remember them because none of them was income generating. None of them was helping me towards becoming financially free. And so I found myself asking, so where did this money go? And I know a few of us were identifying how that does happen to them as well. You have money, maybe you had very good intentions, but at the end of the day, when the money is over, you're wondering, so where did this money go? So I'm saying this is different because I'm not talking about theory. Me and my team, we are talking practically what we have put together as a result of experiencing and experimenting with our own lives. So you don't have to experiment anymore, because we have already gone through that, and we have been able to now put together something that is practical, that will help you to avoid the mistakes that some of us made. And this particular blueprint is for professional and business people who want to create order in their finances. We did identify that indeed, for you to be able to create order so that your life can flow autopilot, then you sure need to look at this blueprint. It's therefore for you if you want to create order in your work, in your financial life. It is also for anyone else who wants to embrace their finances and have something to show for their financial life. So you probably are not in the professional or in the business people group, but you want to embrace your finances and to have something to show for your life, even if currently you are not earning. So this is also for me, for you. And I'm saying that is why I'm saying this particular program is really designed for each one of us to enable us to move there. Susie is saying that she realizes, sorry. Yes, Susie says that she realizes her M-Pesa transactions can be up to over $500,000 in a month. I'm sure you would identify with that. But she says, I'm very poor, always borrowing loans after loans. Wow, Susie, you are in the right place, because we want to ensure that you can create order in your life. And keep those comments coming. If you have a comment as we are discussing what we are saying, that you will be able to share with us. We can know at what point or which level you are at right now. And you may encourage one or two of us to be able to know that indeed we can make this year our best financial year. And my goal today is to let you know that if we do not come to a place of applying financial knowledge, that it is impossible to come to a place of financial liberty. I want that to sink for you very well. The only path to financial liberty is that you come to a place of understanding and applying the financial knowledge. So it is one thing to have financial knowledge, which all of us keep having as the knowledge is available. You can go to Google, you can go to schools, you can go to different places and acquire financial knowledge. But the application part is what makes the difference between one person and another. And here we are going to discuss about, our class is about effectively applying the 8 pillars of financial liberty, the application of the same up to the level where it becomes part of your life. And ladies and gentlemen, 3 years ago, I then made my decision after learning about the 8 pillars and beginning to apply them in my personal life. I started seeing results. And 3 years ago, I decided to share this information now with others so that they can also benefit from the same. And when I made that decision, I started speaking to different people in different forums concerning financial liberty and the way they can apply it to their lives. It is for this reason that we are here tonight, because after teaching it for about those 3 years, a number of people have come up with good testimonies and testimonials of how they have been able to change and transform their financial life. So we then went ahead to package it into a class that we are talking about today. So tonight, I want us to talk about just 3 points out of the 8. This is because I will not be in a position to speak about all the 8 within one hour, but then I will just raise for you 3 points that you can go and apply even tonight ahead of taking up the course, so that you can be able to bring your life to financially or financial freedom. So the blueprint that we have has 8 different pillars, but for the sake of tonight, we are just going to look at 3 of them. This is meant to let you know that making a lot of money is one thing, and of course, increasing it is yet another thing. So the first thing we are going to talk about is how creating order will grow your finances to the autopilot mode. We said yesterday the autopilot mode is a mode where your finances are working for you, your investments and your savings and your income is giving you enough to sustain you with or without working. That is, even when you are asleep, you are making money, and so you are capable of living your life free from this money stresses. Is it a possible place to be in? It indeed is possible. And like I have told you, I'm talking from experience, because after applying these particular pillars that we are going to talk about, it then comes automatically to a place where your investments are earning you enough to be able to live. Therefore, do I need to work thereafter? Yes, you will indeed need to work. However, you will not be working so that you can pay debts. You will not be working so that you can pay bills. You will be working because you love your work. You will be working because you love what you're doing. So growing the money is a very different ballgame. That's one thing that I want you to understand. Making money is one thing, like I made it 17 years ago, but I did not know about growing it, which is what I grasped not so long ago, and is why I'm sharing this. The second thing I would like you to know from tonight's meeting is that you do not need to reinvent the wheel. Some of the things have already been done for you. Why go through it again and do a trial and error? Just follow a simple plan that has already been done for you. And you don't need to have had accounting background or maybe have gone to school in relation to that kind of an education. But you just need to apply what has already been done and custom make it for yourself. And then you can be able to see the results. And the third point that we're going to discuss tonight is that you can begin to increase your income now. Now you're asking me how. Maybe I don't even have a side hustle, like we like to call it. Or I don't have another job. I only have one job. How do I create this 7? You can become financially free even if you do not have enough income streams, like you're saying. So the first part, how to create order and grow your finances to financial liberty. That is the first point I have talked about that we are going to look at. And I did mention that I attempted to do a number of things. In fact, I even attempted to buy plots. I attempted to buy houses, to save. I don't know whether anyone can identify with that, but none of them really succeeded. Reason being that I was attempting them from the wrong perspective. And so I did not know how to create order. It ended up being disorder instead of order. Somebody is saying here that they managed to do away with all the small loans, and yet things are still not working so well. So we are talking about creating a passive income in at least 5 different ways. And the financial liberty part is when your passive income is sufficient to pay for your living costs, whether you are working or not. I want to know whether there's somebody among us tonight who is experiencing this level of life, that your passive income is sufficient to take care of your needs, whether you're working or not. Do we have somebody already experiencing that? If you are there, please share with us and let us know that you have actually been able to come to a place of financial liberty, because that's what we are talking about. Show us that it is not impossible. It's actually something that can be done and it is doable. Anybody that we have in our midst today who's been able to come to that place, then they will be able to confirm that financial education is extremely liberating. Okay. I can't see your comment. So by the silence, I want to imagine that we are yet to come to that place. But if it's a place you desire to be in, then let us know. You can feel free to share. Now, the five different ways of being able to create new streams or streams of income that do not have to affect what you do day by day. These are the ones I'm talking about. Number one, there's what we call compound interest. Compound interest is money you earn from your investment, and the interest that comes from the investment you have put earns another interest. So we have 50,000 shillings that you have put in an investment bank. So let's say, for instance, it's earning you an interest of 10,000 shillings every year. And so next year, you don't start at 10,000, you start, you don't start at 60,000, at 50,000, you start at 60,000 because it's now compounded. And then in that particular year, it earns another interest. So the interest is added on top of the previous interest. That's what we are calling compound interest in very simple language. So you can earn compound. Yes, you can earn compound interest to a level that it can also take care of your needs. Number two, there's what we call dividends. Dividends are what you will earn as a result of investing in venture capitals. When you have purchased maybe shares, that is a portion of a company. Then when the company, when a company posts some growth or some profits, then you are able to earn dividends. So again, you can make a lot of dividends depending on the investments you have put to levels where it can take care of your life. Thirdly, we are talking about interest on the savings. And when you are talking about interest on savings, that is money you have put aside and it is also earning interest. It's not under your mattress, but it's now in a place where it is earning interest. And again, that particular interest can also come to a level where it can take care of your daily cost of living. And the growth on those investments can also be able to add on to your income. Number four, we're talking about what we call passive income. That is from the properties that you probably own, or maybe rental income. That is also a source of a stream. Remember, we are talking about the 5 streams that you can create. Now, I want somebody to confirm to me that you are actually hearing me. I feel like somebody is not hearing me somewhere. I'm hearing something else. Can you hear me? Are we together? Just put on the chat if we are together, lest I am speaking to myself. Are we together? Are you learning something? Give me some feedback so that I can continue from there. Awesome. I am not alone. Now, at this level, I want to give you a scenario of 2 people. James and Peter, who start their working at the age of 20 years. Both of them have been employed in a certain organization, and they are both earning 20,000 shillings. It's just a scenario I'm giving you to illustrate what I've just said. And so we have James and Peter employed, both of them starting at 20,000 Kenya shillings. Now, 20 years down the line, I'm seeing James, who is financially independent. He's able to take care of his family. He has a family. He can go for holidays. He can be able to, take outings. He can take his children to good schools, and he owns the roof above his head. And then 20 years down the line, Peter, on the other hand, is still struggling. He's struggling with debt, and he's struggling with his bills, and he can barely make it. I have had many people tell me how they keep wondering. Somebody, on the other hand, earns very little, and another one earns much more. And the one who earns very little is able to be like James, while the one who has so much can be experiencing what Peter is experiencing. Now, I'd like to find out from the people who are here, what do you think is the problem with Peter? Why is Peter struggling 40 years down the line, and yet they have been earning the same amount with James? Why do you think Peter is struggling? Let me find out if anyone knows what the issue is right here. Can anyone tell me? What do you think? Why do you think Peter is still struggling 20 years down the line? He's been working hard as the other person, but then nothing seems to be working for him. John, on the other hand, is having fun, and his money is growing, and his family is doing well. I mean, he's living the life. But Peter, on the other hand, is still struggling. They started the same level. They began in the same way. 20 years down the line, somebody is having fun, doing well, and the other one is badly off. Thank you for your comment there. Somebody is saying it's money management. Okay, money management. That seems like a big word, but let's unravel what money management is, or what really our friend is going through here. And we are saying that you really don't need to reinvent. There are so many things that have already been made ready for you that you can use, that you don't have to reinvent and go through the same scenario that Peter is going through. So what we mean by not reinventing in the second point is that Peter has been able to sit down. I mean, Peter has been able to take time to understand the money management skills which we are talking about. And he's been able to make his life a little bit different because of just simple things like what we are talking about here. You do not really have to reinvent it. And I want to go back a little bit to the story of James and Peter and say that the 8 pillars that we do talk about of personal finance will enable you to come to a place of creating order in your life so that you can be like James, who is able to grow his finances over the 20 years and become financially independent. But what did James do? Somebody is telling me here that this one knew money management, and the other one did not know money management, and yet it is personal finance. So we do have budgeting templates that you can be able to use, and you can track your expenses so that you can be able to put your money management in the right place. And when that has happened, then it gives you a good way to be able to to realize that you can continue to make your life much better. Let me just do something. So James and Peter are a typical example of something that happens to most of us. How do we avoid that kind of a scenario? Now, point number one, we do have a scenario where we encourage people to take advantage of their this information that we are talking about so that they can be able to put their life in order. In creating order, the step number one you need to do is, first of all, get to know where you are. After you know where you are, then you can be able to chart a way forward of where you would like to be. Now, another time we talked about this and I was asking, do you know where all your money goes, for instance? Do you understand every coin where it goes? That's part of the money management skills that Peter was able to do. If you do know where your money goes, the next thing is to find out who is paid first, who is in charge. Are you in charge as the master, or is the money the master? And we have already discussed this even in the past, saying that being the master means that you are the one who is in charge and money obeys and listens to what it is that you're talking about. So in this point number 2, we are saying, even if you may not have done any accounting lessons before, you have simple tools that you can be able to follow to bring you to a place of financial liberty. They will be very easy for you to use. And since they have already been done, you do not need to go ahead and reinvent the wheel. Before we get into the third part, I want to mention what we call a DPC class. And in the DPC class, yesterday, a young man by the name Sam Ambrose was speaking to us, those of us who are present. And he did tell us quite a bit about the digital platform. We do have this very special unfair advantage. I'm calling it unfair advantage because apart from the fact that we will equip you with the financial management tools, that you will be in a position to digitally place yourself outside there. In this new era, where we are basically working with internet, it will be very easy for you to go ahead and place yourself outside there. And we do have this special course we are calling Digital Product Cash Out. This Digital Product Cash Out is a 3 days class that will enable you to equip yourself with your own brand, to create your product, and to be able to put it outside there in the digital market. When you are able to do that, you will definitely be able to create a new level of income. You will be able to create a new level of income. So then, what next? The third thing is that you need to begin to increase your income now, even if you do not have a side hustle. Yesterday, we learned about the 3 things of how to create a skill that can enable you to increase your income. Now, when we go through this particular course, we definitely handle into details what you can do to increase your income. And I know right now somebody will be saying, I do not have enough capital, or I do not have enough savings, but you will be in a position to rise to a place of creating a new income irrespective of whatever is happening around you. Why is that so? It is so because by utilizing the methods that we have given you here, that will enable you to use what you love, really that which you love, so that you can be able to create a new income. So here is my revision. I have mentioned how creating order will grow your finances to a place of autopilot. And that by taking time to understand your personal finance, you will avoid the story of what happened to Peter and take on the one for James. Number two, we have talked about that you do not need to reinvent. What we have created and put together is something that you will just follow simply, and you will be able to create an order within your life, even if you've not done accounting before. And the number three thing is that your income will begin to increase immediately if you opt to put into practice what we have said, irrespective of what side hustle you may or may not have right now. So in this particular blueprint, I just want to go through the 8 steps of creating wealth. And before we go to the 8 steps, I just want you to utilize the chat and let me know. Are you getting value so far? As I let you know about my 8 steps, are you getting any value so far? Okay, okay. So then the 8, thank you very much. I can see your comments there. Thank you. Yes. So the 8 steps of creating wealth for you and your generation. The first one is what we are calling the mindset. And we have created this course in a way that it is an 8 module course that will help you create 8 different income streams if you are careful to follow. And the first one is dealing with your mindset. That first of all, there's a liberation that must happen in each person's mind. And the second thing is the blueprint for spending. That is a budget. You will be able to create, okay, I know when we say budget, there are so many things that come in our mind, but it's just a spending plan so that as you spend, you will not do what I did 17 years ago, but you will be in a position to put everything where it needs to be. The third thing is a reservoir that you create for tomorrow, which is your savings. We have the fourth thing that we are talking about is your income, which will open your potential now for earning. We did say that you want to experience the fullness of your potential. So in this level, you will be able to open up your potential. And in the level of income is where we talk about also the online digital platform. And then we will be able to seal our leakages on the part of debt that it's not enough to just have a basket, but make sure that your basket is not leaking. So if it is leaking on the side of debt, like I saw somebody talking about it earlier there, this will be taken care of in that personal finance course. The number 6 is that you will be able to maximize your storage on the part of banking. So we'll definitely go into different levels of the banking options that are available and how you can make use of them to bring financial liberty to your side. Then the very interesting part of investment, which now brings in, and I know this is an interest for most people, that enables you to secure your future, secure those days that you will not be in a position to probably work equally hard. We will be able to handle that into details. And then the last one is the issue of insurance. You'll be able to understand how do you protect your own wealth after you have made it. Now, you notice that this will be a very encompassing course that will touch on every aspect of your life to ensure that you have liberty on all corners of your financial life. So then, After the 8 pillars, I have just mentioned them, like I said earlier, you will not be able to go through everything right now. However, we have packaged it into a 4 weeks course that will handle all those modules. Some people have been asking me in the course of the day, can you elaborate exactly what is inside that particular course? And now you have it right there. We have those 8 packages, and each one of them has been packaged in such that you will have a video that you will go through, like what we are having right now. And then you will also be able to have workshops where you can sit down and now use the already created tools for you to just fill in very simple ways, even for those who have never been to a financial class, that you will be in a position to just fill in and enjoy seeing your life coming to liberty. And then apart from that, you will also be able to have follow up with a coach. There will be a coach available to work with you step by step so that you can ensure the goals that you have set for yourself, you are able to bring them to accomplishment. And apart from that, we will also be able to have that exclusive group of like-minded people like yourself who will be able to challenge each other on each step that you are making. I'm seeing somebody here saying, Susie is saying she has a problem of being too generous. I have empathy and I sympathize with people, so I give them money. Susie, it is not really a bad thing to give them money. I don't think it is a bad thing for you to be able to give them money. However, when you come to class, you will be able to learn that you will not give the money for other items to people. You will be able to give the one you have designated for giving. So you will have, yes, you will give people if that's something you love to give, but then you will be able to do it in an orderly way that enables you to have your life in freedom. So all you need is, of course, one of the benefits for you to be able to find it worthwhile. And I'm saying here it's action time. Now, we have said many times that faith without action is literally a dead faith. I think that's something we have learned even from the Word of God. And what we are saying here, the action is for you to make that step to go in and take the class and learn like we did. I do have a man by the name, I will call him Evans. Evans is one of the people that we have worked with from the last 3 or so years. And when Evans came to us before he took up the class, he had a similar problem like what Susie is saying here. And for him, he was working, yes, and earning a lot of money, but then had nothing to show for it and started, after going through the class, he began with a savings plan and took it next to an investment plan. And thirdly, he began also to purchase on the money market. And right now, as we speak, the man has been able to make a cumulative amount. He told me that, Clemens, I wish I met you like 10 years ago. I would have left Nairobi by now. Evans, if you are here listening, I know you will acknowledge that. And when you do come to class, you will definitely be able to meet Evans and many others who've been helped greatly by our cause. So this course, we are giving it to you at 5,000 shillings only because it is an introductory offer. We've been doing it in the past and we have not been charging it, but we decided to come out and put a charge on it. Reason being, very many people have been asking us at the same time, why are you offering all this information for free? Why are you training people for free? And in as much as so many people have been helped, there are many others who also feel like they will not appreciate when it is free. I find that very interesting. Kenyans, we have, when it is free, it's a problem. When it is charged, it's also a problem. So we decided to put a very small charge, which is an introductory charge, so that everybody can be able to participate and appreciate at the same time the information that we are giving you. And what makes it unique, like I have said, is the fact that we have already gone through it and we have been able to experience it on your behalf. Now, so tonight, I just want to avail this course. We said that tonight we are opening the cart, meaning that you can go ahead and now purchase the course. It's going to be an online course that when you buy, you are able to get all the modules together with you, and you are able to go through it at your pace so that you can take maximum time to be able to gain everything that is available there. However, even though it is online, we also are available to be in touch with you. A coach will be available to work with you so that should you have questions, should you have clarifications that you require, you can also be able to go in and ask. And again, since you have a support group at the same time, it will be very easy for you to bring that goal, that dream, that desire that you have for the year to come to pass. And of course, we had an option to do this at a higher price, and I would challenge each one of us to go ahead and research and find out how much financial courses are charged today. And you'll be able to agree with us that indeed what we have done is just a commitment fee that we are giving you so that you can go ahead and utilize that opportunity for all Kenyans. We want to reach as many Kenyans as possible with this information so that we don't go back to become like Peter 40 years later, 20 years later, and wondering, now I'm 40 years and I don't know what I have to show for what it is that I am doing. So there you have it. There is a link that I have sent out to us, and members of the team, wherever they are, they can also share that link so that you can go ahead and sample the course content. I know I have touched it in very brief ways, but you can sample the course content and go ahead and make your payment. However, let me put this disclaimer that there is this mistake that many of us like making. After listening to a session like this one, and then decide, I will go out and try and figure it out. Now I know what to do. And we assume that because you have listened to a video on Facebook, or you have listened to one on Zoom, or even StreamYard, like what we are doing, or maybe on YouTube, and you decide now you know. And so you go and try. I'm sure we have different experiences here of people who've gone ahead to try and work out what it is you have listened once or twice about. The results are not usually very good because you do not know a systematic way of following it through. However, as a result of what we have given you, you are equipped to pursue your plan. However, we have made it simpler by offering you this easy to follow way that you can go with our way, or you can go out and figure out like I did it. Of course, I took quite a while for me to be able to figure it. Now, if you are going to go that direction, you can go ahead and follow the 8 steps and look out until you are able to get what it is you're looking for. But if you go our way, this is what we are giving you. The do-it-yourself part, where you have a 4 weeks intensive training program so that you can create order in your financial life immediately. You only need to just apply each module as directed, and then you can achieve your transformation. Then you also have this one, which has been done with you already. That's where we have the worksheets and the templates and the exercises that you can take to make your change permanent. Go to that link and check out the the course content that is already there. You will be able to see the what we have put together. And the third part is that there's that one which is done for you. And we do have the 3 days digital product cash out course that will help you to create, now to go online, create your products and be able to market them immediately. So now my question is, as we come to the close, because I see our time is quite spent. If you have an option of being handheld and you can walk through, like Susie is explaining here, how she has really struggled with her bit. I don't know if there's anyone else who has struggled in that manner. But if you have an opportunity of somebody holding your hand to take you through what it is that you need to do, would you rather go that way? Or would you still insist on struggling and walking it alone, trying to make it? And I always say, as I look back, if I had a Clemens 20 years ago who was willing to show me this, and they were asking me to pay them 5,000 shillings so that they can just show me how to go about creating my personal liberty from the early age, I would have paid that very fast and would have gone on to rise to my level without the much struggle that I've had to go through. However, I'm grateful that I did, because I'm here to share with you so that you don't have to go through the same thing. Therefore, the only thing that remains is action time. So I want to find out among us who would like to take the shorter route which we have created, that gives you an opportunity to save on the time and cut on your learning curve so that you can rise to your financial liberty much faster. Do I have somebody in our midst who would like to be handheld and shown how to go about creating your financial liberty using the 8 principles and the DPC that I have just explained? Let me see your comment on the chat. Do I have anyone who is interested tonight to create their own financial liberty and are willing to be handheld? Okay, yes, I can see you typing right there that you are interested. I can see you saying, yes, you would like to take me on that particular offer. Thank you, thank you. Keep those comments coming. I can see them. And in the next 2 or 3 minutes, I would like to pause and ask you, if you knew that you can be able to access this for only that 5,000 shillings, like we have mentioned, and it would be able to work for you, and you can be able to create your own autopilot system, what would be the reason that you would not do it tonight? What would be a reason that would cause you to go ahead to continue struggling when you do know that there is a solution available for you? Because we do have many times, we hear this thing, and I'm sure I'm not the only one who has spoken to you in this manner before, but yet, for some reason, we haven't taken action. I can see a few people saying, yes, I'm interested. Yes, I'm interested. Thank you so much for being interested. Now, it is one thing to be interested and the other thing to take a step and move to the next direction. The step here that we are asking you to make is go ahead and pay for your class, and then join the class. We are going to avail the online course because today we wanted to allow you to begin to make your payment for the class, and you can be able to access it in exactly 1 week's time. We do have the framework. It is already available. You can go in and see the course content and what we are offering and make a payment for your course. To make it even better, this is the last thing that I'm letting you know that can make it even more juicier for you. How about if you are able to share this information? I can see a number of people that are saying they're interested. How about if you are able to share this information with somebody and begin to make an income immediately by sharing that information? Yesterday, those who were with us, some did speak to us about you can promote other people's products, even if you do not have your own, and can be able to make some money. Now, this course will be available for you. And apart from it being available for you, should you now wish to share it with other people, you will be in a position to make your own money automatically. We do have a platform that is already set and it is working. I would like you to go ahead and check it out. Could we have somebody posting for us what that link is so that we can be able to look it up? Don't wait for tomorrow. Just look it up and confirm that you can be able to do that immediately. So this is the link here that is showing on my screen, the HTTPS // seller.c. I know, okay, it's been typed out somewhere or shared. So go ahead and click that link and tell me what you're getting right there. So for those of you who are interested to start tonight, we are going to avail to you the 3 days course, also as part of the 5,000 shillings. All of them combined are much more worth than that, but we have decided to just put it together as an intro price of just 5,000 shillings. So I am waiting for any of your questions that any of you may have. Kindly go ahead and ask your question. Go ahead and ask your question. So let me know, are you able to use the link? I have posted it there with you. Just confirm if that link is working. I would like to know what you are able to see there. Anybody who can confirm for me, those who are interested to check it out right now, please go ahead and confirm that that link is functional and it is working. Meanwhile, I am waiting to hear if any of you does have a question. Keep your question coming. Anyone with a question so far? Okay, so I will welcome you to go ahead and use the link. It will be available also on Facebook and on the other platforms that we do have. For those who are saying, yes, tonight is the day I want to make the decision. Yes, somebody's asking me a question. They're saying, from the time you took up the class, how long did it take for you to see the fruits? Okay, I will tell you, I wish I had your name. I cannot see your name here, but I can see your question. The fruit starts immediately. Reason being, the lesson number 1 that we are doing is called mindset. And when you begin to transform mindset, that happens immediately, because immediately you are able to see yourself differently. You immediately begin to take different actions. I will tell you, for instance, personally, the day I took the DPC class, I changed my attitude about online programs. Initially, I was never an online person, and even Facebook and using these media platforms was not something I was doing. But I immediately transformed my mind. When I transformed my mind and decided this is something I would want to do, I made a decision, and immediately I was able to begin to create a course, or rather an online platform. I wouldn't tell you that I had an online platform all my life, because I didn't. But the day I made a decision and said, I want to change how I think about the online platform, I immediately saw it as an opportunity, and I began to take advantage of it. I saw results immediately. So I would tell you, yes, when you take up the class, the transformation begins immediately. This is a transformation class. Okay. And thank you very much for that question. So we are 7 minutes into the hour, and I want us to close this in the next 1 minute. So if anyone has any other question, kindly go ahead and post the question. The people on Facebook, those who are seeing us also from YouTube, I know you are also there. I may not be able to see you because I am on StreamYard, but I really appreciate you for availing your time. And keep your comments coming. Go ahead and test our platform and let us know how you're benefiting from it. So from my side, if there is no other concern, I want to bring it to a close and allow you to go ahead and now test the platform. Thank you very much. Feel free to reach out even on Facebook and on WhatsApp. And even you can call. I'm sure you do have means of reaching us. Susie, thank you so much for your comments. And the rest of you that are still there. God bless you. Have a good night.